Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 201 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast.
You should have been... Oh, well, you ran out, but you should have been drinking a 201 Hoppler.
Yeah, they're gone. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Shul One.
How we doing?
Good, if you don't ask us about fantasy football. If this is the first time you're seeing, hearing, or listening to us, this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast, where just about every week, two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and share the video with your friends, family, and everyone in betwixt. If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/twoplayercoop, just like our producers, Steve Appleton, Aunt Sue, and Vernon Slayton did, as well as our affiliate, the homie, James Solar. If you like merch, you can go to teespring.com/stores/twoplayercoop. And whenever we live stream, not on YouTube, it will be at twitch.tv/twoplayer_coop. Every week until we are out of this pandemic, unless I forget because I get off on a sidetrack, I will tell everybody to wear your mask. Wahoo.
Wahoo.
Wahoo indeed. I will say we've been a lot better here. Every time I go to Kroger, literally everyone has a mask on. Bao-yo-do?
Yeah.
Not Bao-bioba?
No.
Okay.
Blaze my own trail.
Last week was episode 200. Thank you to everybody that tuned in to the live stream. I'm sorry, but what else do you expect on a live stream of the Two Player Co-op Podcast?
Only 2 years to go till our episode 300 live stream.
Yeah. I will say 200 was, Solar, I know you said you never watched episode 50. 200 was kind of on that level, I think. With me, at least. Not with you.
Yeah, it wasn't
with
quite
50,
as
we were
ridiculous.
both... Yeah.
50, we were both gone. It just... You were already on the way down
And
as
you
I
were
was
like,
still
I'm drunk.
on my way up. And then this one, I kept it somewhat under control.
You
somewhat.
did. You did. Do you want
Compared to you,
bourbon? I
anyway.
got bourbon downstairs if you want some.
No, I'm good.
Okay. But yeah, thank you to everybody that, first off, thank you for getting us to episode 200. Thank you to tuning into the live stream. Thank you for watching it on YouTube or listening to it on podcast services around the multiverse. Either way, thank you so much. It's going to be weird for me to get used to saying episode 2. Like when I started this episode and I said 201, I was like, what?
2?
Like, no, this is weird. But episode 201, we're here. We got a lot to talk about, and I cannot wait. We're not going to talk about fantasy. We're both very distraught right now.
Yes. Exasperated.
Yes, and exacerbated.
My exasperation has been exacerbated.
How do you EXACERBATE?
I think it's S. I think it's EXASCERBATED, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, hit the chat and let us know. What's up?
Did you lower my chair? I feel like I
No, but again, the kids knocked over the tripod.
No, but I'm just
and everything
comparing
was messed
myself
up.
to you. I feel
Well,
like
then raise it up. You're going to have to
raise me. All right, that's better.
It's better.
So if you don't mind,
Yes. I don't.
a little trip down the old memory lane from 1 week ago. 8 days ago.
Oh, God.
If you platinum this, I will buy you a nice, I'm not saying really expensive, but a nice bottle of bourbon.
No.
Burb. I guess I cut it off
No,
too
you
quick.
didn't. You did it?
Tweet.
I was like, Sean hasn't tweeted anything. I bet he platinumed this stupid thing. He's going to tweet it once we get here.
I
All right.
got the
I owe you a bottle of
Bloodborne
bourbon.
Platinum. Shout out to Sony. Sony makes some very durable controllers. I threw my controller multiple times. Usually with like soft landings, like I'd see the dog bed and I would at least get my...
I'd see the dog, and it's like, he's not that solid.
So I'd throw my controller at the dog bed, whatever. It was so frustrating.
Did you have to start a whole new game?
Yeah. So I screwed that up.
Right.
because there was a way I could have gotten both endings that I needed to get. If I could have backed up my save to like a USB. I think I could have also done it to like PS Plus or whatever. And done it that way.
That's confusing. The easiest way is a USB stick.
Yeah. But before I realized that I was going to get the platinum, I had already screwed it up. So the 3 endings are the easy way out. Just, I accept your offer. Then there's I decline, fight him.
Right.
Then there's I decline, but also use these 3 items that you may or may not get throughout the game. Fight the guy, then fight the final boss after that. That's what I did the first time.
Oh.
Now I had to either fight him without the things or just give in. Well, I had to do both.
Right.
Before I had really given much thought to the platinum, I already used the 3 items. So there was no going back. So that middle ending was out of the question. Oh. So at that point, I was already like, I'm going to have to beat it again. So I went and did all the Chalice Dungeon stuff. On episode 200, I was talking about how I thought I was so OP because I was just flying through them. Yeah. No, that ended after about the second one. There's about, I think there was 5, maybe 6 that I had to go through in order to get to the last one where you fight the final optional boss.
Okay.
And they got tough quick. Some of the bosses, it seemed like every dungeon you do, I think there's like 5. Okay, so there's 5 or 6, and then the final one. And each one of them has like several layers. And they're usually fairly short, but every layer has a boss. And some of these bosses, there were multiple times where I got to one and I was like, this is it. I cannot.
Do you get to save right before you get to this dungeon? Okay.
But there were so many times, so many bosses near the end that I'm like, I really don't think I can do this. This one boss that just kept destroying me, and I would look online and it's like, stay behind it, stay near its tail, and just hit it. Whenever you see it jump, don't move, because if you don't move, it'll land right on top of you, but like you'll be in between all the legs, so you won't get hit, and then you can hit, and then run away, and then when it jumps again, don't move. And I would do that, and I kept getting like stomped, and it was a one-hit kill pretty much, because in this one dungeon, on top of it being kind of difficult, there's this like effect in the dungeon where you have half your health.
For the boss too?
The entire thing. Oh my God. All 3 layers, whatever. So the wrong hit is like a one-hit kill.
Yeah.
I read so many things online. I watched so many YouTube videos. Some of the like easy kills were like, oh, just use your hand cannon or whatever. And it's like, well, I don't have that kind of build. My cannon's going to do like no damage. I need to stick to like this kind of strategy. And everybody is like, yeah, just stay behind, dodge this, whatever. If you see it do this, get ready and dodge. And then when they jump, stand still. All of a sudden, I just did it and I beat it without getting hit. Like, I did not get touched when I finally beat it after dying probably 20 or 30 times.
So you know what I've said about when I finally beat Sigrun in God of War? Was it the same kind of feeling where you're just like, it's just everything's happening. My thumbs and fingers are doing whatever they want to do, and this is how I'm beating this. Was that kind of like out-of-body experience? Or
I had more of that.
Was this
Cuphead.
The most difficult thing in Bloodborne? Okay.
This trophy?
Yeah. No. This final thing that you had to do.
Like that fight, or all of this stuff, like all the stuff I had to do to get that trophy, or just that one I was talking about with that boss? Because there was like 7 more, well, I don't know about 7, probably 4 or 5 bosses after that one, and every single one I would get to and be like, well, that's it.
Really?
And I would get stuck, and then I would finally beat it, whatever. But I eventually did it. I got to like the final boss, Queen Yarnum. And it was honestly, she was no pushover, but it was like, I think I beat her on like the 3rd try.
It was kind of like, you did good getting here. We're going to give you a break.
Kind of.
I mean, not a real break.
Yeah, but... And that was... Once I beat that, I'm like... I've got 4 more trophies to go.
Oh.
Because I had to get all the weapons, all the hunter... What do they call them? Hunter's tools or whatever.
Yeah.
The one ending, the other ending. But once I got that, I'm like, I've got it now. Now it's just a matter of doing it.
Yeah.
But it was such a relief when I beat her. I was just like, well, that's it. I've got it now. So then I'm like, oh, God, let me go ahead and see what weapons I can just go buy in the shop and how many I'm missing. And I was only missing 2, but both of the ones I was missing are missable. You need to do these certain quests during the game in order to get this item, which unlocks it in the store for you to be able to buy it. And I was like, well, I already have to like play through the game again, but I really wanted to just like speed run it and just like run past everything and not need to worry about possibly missing it again and screwing up some quest or whatever. Then I found out there's other versions of the weapons that you can find in these special chalice dungeons. And like each one is different, but you can also search with like a code. And so I found it online. It's like you can get this version of that weapon you need in this dungeon, search for this code. And I did it. And I got it. And I was like, okay, well, there's only one more. So I did the same thing. But then I had no business getting this trophy because I just don't understand how these dungeons work. I get it now more than I used to, but like you have to use all these items to unlock the dungeon, or you can also, there's these other offerings you can do, like Cursed, Rotten, and something else. And I was trying to get into this dungeon that I know I could find the other weapon in, and it's like, you don't meet the requirements to go into this. I'm like, I don't know. Could you give me some more information? I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Right.
And I looked it up online, and it sounded like, well, you need to have created one yourself before you can do it. And then in order to create one myself, I had to buy some more stuff with the insight that I had in order to get the items I need to create it. And then once I created it, I had to just remove it because it wasn't going to be the right version that actually had the weapon in it. So I'm like, I'm hoping I can just create this dungeon, get rid of it. Then when I search for the specific one I need, it'll actually let me in. And it did. And it sucked, but I eventually got it, and then the trophy popped. And I had read online that these other versions of the weapons do count, but I'm like, please God, like if they don't count, like
I quit.
But once it popped, I was like, okay. Then the hunter's tool thing, I was only missing one somehow, because luckily in my first playthrough, I did everything. The second playthrough, I skipped a lot, but because I had done it all the first time, and it's New Game Plus, I still had, there's all these chalices you need in order to create these dungeons. There's all these items you need to be able to make the dungeons, all this stuff. So luckily, I had set myself up in pretty good shape. I was only missing one item. I looked up where it was. I didn't like where it was, but I'm like, okay, I can run in there and get it. I got it. Boom, it popped. I'm like, all right, let's just go do the easy ending. Popped. I'm like, okay, now all I have to do is just beat this game one more time.
That's all. Something I could never do.
I just ran.
Yeah.
I fought Cleric Beast, beat it on the first try.
The first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, you don't even really need to fight him. It does
Really?
nothing for you. Like, it doesn't, there's just no point.
Okay.
Then, good old, what's his name? Father
Gascione. Whatever we say, yeah.
Beat him on his first try. Vicar Amelia beat her on the first try. I ran through the Forbidden Woods. I got to the end. That was the first boss fight I lost to. I beat it on like the third try. Then after that, there's Bergenworth, and you fight Rom the Vacuous Spider.
Oh.
That my first playthrough of Bloodborne, that's where I got to, and I couldn't get any further.
Right.
Second time, I got stuck on him for a while. I eventually beat it. Then you fight him again as one of the bosses in one of the dungeons. I didn't struggle with it too much there, but I was like, oh God, I had like PTSD there. I'm like, I hate this guy. I got stuck on him in this third and final playthrough so freaking long. That was one of the times. So I threw my controller. I threw it at the high. The baby was asleep, but I threw it at her high chair thing, and it hit, and I heard. Tick, 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 tick. I'm like, well, I finally broke it. Something just popped off. I found my controller. I was missing L1. I eventually found it. It clicked back in. It still worked. I'm like, okay. I eventually
don't do that with a DualSense.
No, part of me was like, this only needs to last me another month or two
right,
anyway.
Exactly.
If it breaks, it breaks, whatever. But I finally beat him. Once I beat him, I'm like, I'm good now. And I just powered through the rest of it. Struggled on the final boss a little bit. But when it popped, I was just like, the biggest exhale of my life. And I just like sunk into the couch and I was like, thank
I did it. Yeah.
God. Yeah.
That was me. Now, okay.
It was brutal. I probably will never play the game again.
You shouldn't ever. But what I was going to say, like, I know you won't do it because you should play Death Stranding at that platinum. I'm kidding. What you should do, though, is the God of War platinum's not bad. Like, a lot of there was
So what I'm curious about is, can you get, when PS5 comes out and this PS Plus collection or whatever, I'm not about to go play Bloodborne. I'm not going to get I'm not. But I would consider, because I'm going to want to play a lot of those games again. If you can get trophies again,
I don't think so.
I'll probably get Ratchet and Clank again.
I don't think,
because
here's the thing: it's still the PS4 versions of those games, which you've already played, which are synced to your profile. So I don't think so.
Okay, but either way, I mean, I'm not going to bother going into God of War now. But if I do it, I would probably do it on my PS5 at some point.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm so. Oh, God.
Good Lord. Again, okay, I hereby give you 5 platinum trophies for that one.
Thank you. So that was number 9. I was in the back of my head. I'm like, wait, was that
That's
number
it?
10?
I thought
That's
you were over 10. Oh my God,
No.
you should have got like Super Weekend mode or Hello, my name is Mayo or something, and then finish
this
that.
game made. I'm exaggerating a little bit. This trophy made Cuphead seem like my name is Mayo. Like Cuphead, I didn't really struggle with. It was kind of tough, but there was never a point where I was like, I don't know if I can do this. There were times I would lose to a boss like 10 times in a row, but I'd be like, I know I can
how
do
to beat
this.
this guy. Yeah.
Bloodborne was like, I don't know. I don't know if I've got it in me to beat this boss, and it was terrible. I love that game. I don't think I'll ever play it again. I don't see why I would. The only thing I would do maybe is play it again and just do a totally different build. Because I've always focused on like skill and strength, so all your just normal weapons. You can do like a blood tinge build, which like very much favors your guns and stuff. And you can do another one with an arcane build, which all those hunter tools that I was talking about, a lot of them you need so much arcane in order to be able to use them. And it's like all these different, it's like magic. It's like spells and stuff. So I'm like, that would totally change it. It would be like a totally new game to me. So again, maybe on PS5, not anytime soon, but maybe on PS5 I would do a new game and just try to play it totally differently. But I'm done.
You should just delete it right now and just be like, nope, it's not even there. I'm not going to download it again.
I mean, yeah, I might as well just get it off my PlayStation at this point. But
well, congrats.
Thank you.
You suck. Good job.
Thank you.
Have you played anything else other than the other thing?
No.
Because I got something to talk about first. Okay, so this past week, I got a new TV, 4K HDR, blah, 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 blah. But we put it in a new room. I'm migrating my gaming experience to a new room. I now know that I'm officially ready for PS5. I've got the right HDMI cables, which in my old room, there was DK scored?
DK, 54-yard touchdown.
Oh, okay, you're good. There was no way, like all my cables were old HDMI cables, and they go like through the entertainment center into the wall behind the, what's it called? Not chimney.
Sausage.
No. What's it called? The fireplace to the TV. I was like, I'm never going to rewire this ever. So even though I had, like the PS4 can do HDR, but I could never get it to work. So I did my new room because not just for PS5, let me be clear. But we did the new room. I hit all the wire. Doesn't it look awesome?
It looks really good.
Yeah, thank you.
I go home. Mine looks pretty good. The only wire you can see is I've got my sound bar sitting on my mantle. So I've got one little optical cable going down from the TV
but
to
it's
that.
in front of just stone, so it's not.
Yeah,
that
it kind of
obvious.
blends in.
And
but
I feel like you could kind of go.
I could probably. That's true. I
You know
could
what I
probably
mean?
tuck
And just
it in
kind
a
of
little
push
bit.
it.
Yeah,
push
but
it real good.
Once I saw yours, and I went home and saw mine, I'm
You're
like,
like,
God, that one
damn it,
little
that one
wire.
But anyways, because I got the new TV, I was like, okay, fine. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna play Ghost of Tsushima. And Sean actually played a little bit over the weekend. I mean, he was just running around and like trying to kill the horse and stuff. I really want to love this game, but it just, to me, it is seeming very, and I'm only, I don't even know, 7 hours in, maybe 8. Doesn't track your time.
Oh, Bloodborne. Now, again, I don't know how it tracks the time. Like, I don't know if every time I die,
Right.
you know, is it adding, you know, whatever. I think it does. It was like 62 hours, I think, to get the platinum, which is about, I mean, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
But
It just seems like it's getting repetitive. What did you, the little bit that you played, you got in one battle, I think. The combat, not having a lock on.
I don't like not having a lock on. It's beautiful. It's something that if I actually put the time into it, it would be like if you had never played Bloodborne. I was like, here try it out.
Right.
Like, whatever. I think if I took the time and, you know, played it from the beginning, it definitely seems like something I could enjoy. And I know it has nothing to do with Last of Us, but coming out soon after Last of Us and just how much of a grind that was just to beat it. And then being so invested in Bloodborne for the last week or two, I'm just like, I just want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I'm all about
Something
what we're
else.
going to talk about.
So I really don't know. Like I said last week, if I get back into it, I'm going to get the platinum. I don't know that I am. I really don't. I've got something else. Well, 3 other things I'm going to want to play now. 2. I don't know. I like not everybody. Some people are loving the Avengers. I want nothing to do with that. I don't see what they see.
The demo
just
was
playing
not
the beta
fun
was
at all.
horrible. Like the Metacritic score is like a 65 or something. The user score is around a 5, whatever.
I think the idea is great.
Yes.
You take a cast of characters that everybody knows and loves. You get to play as any of them. You get to level up and blah, 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 blah. It seems like it should work. And maybe it was just playing as Hulk and trying to platform as the Hulk.
Right.
I'm just like, it was not fun at all.
But
and then I saw, our latest patch is out. It has over 1,000 fixes.
Like,
it's like,
why did this game come
well,
out?
I don't think this game was ready to be released if there was 1,000 things wrong with it. But
So I really don't know about Ghost. What I have heard, and this goes back to all jokes aside, are multiple conversations last week about Death Stranding, is that once you get through Act 1, there's 3 acts, and once you get through Act 1 is where it supposedly really picks up. But like the map in just Act 1, that part of Tsushima is so big, and I'm riding on my horse, I'm following the wind, I'm doing these battles where I don't feel like I'm really in control of myself. If you got 5 or 6 people around you, like this game is meant for one-on-one battles, not for 1 versus 6. You know what I mean?
right, yeah.
It's just if you could lock on, and I keep clicking in like L3 and R3 trying to lock on, even though I know I can't, and I don't know. So yeah, I don't know about Ghost. I don't know. I don't know that I'm going to get my $60 worth on that. But moving on from that, another game did come out this week that was $60, which I also don't know if I got. Well, I guess we got what was it? Almost $11 off from Amazon, something low price game.
It was some weird number. It was
like
around
$10.88 or
$11.
something.
Yeah.
Sean,
Yes.
let's talk Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Which games have you played? Have you just done...
On mine, I have only played Galaxy. I'm a little worried because I still definitely want to give Sunshine a try. I know your thoughts on it. I know my thoughts going into it, but I've never really played it, so I don't count those. At this point you've played it more than I have.
Mm-hmm.
Mario 64 I have fond memories of, but just the little bit that I played here, I was like, this game controls like butt.
It controls.
And when I got
horribly.
home, that's the game I was most looking forward
to
playing. And then I'm like, this game does not hold up. So when I actually got home and started playing, I'm like, I'm just going to Galaxy. Like, I'm sure at some point I'll play 64. I don't know that I'll play through the whole thing, but I will play it. But it's just like, I'm going to start the game off and do exactly the parts that I was doing here. So and I think that's part of the problem. I'm going to be playing it and just be like, I just did this. Like, I don't want to do it again. So I'm like, let me just wait a little bit on that. So I've only played Galaxy right now.
So I've played all three. 64, I will say when I played 64, it made me think, I wish they would have actually remade this.
Oh, God, yes.
The camera sucks. Like, I think it looks fine. I like what they did, like up-resing the textures and everything. I've beaten the first world, I guess, although can you even beat a world? I've gotten 4 out of the 5, what are they called, Power Stars or something?
Something stars. It's
one
not
of them,
power. I don't remember, but yeah.
One of them I need to have the bunny wing ear things, which I don't have yet.
Bunny wing ear things.
Yeah. Wait, they're not bunny ear. They're just wings on your hat. Why does it bunny? I was thinking of Super Mario Land 2, I guess. I don't know, man. It's not great, I don't think. The camera's wonky. I don't know why they couldn't have just said, if the game looked like this, and they just said, hey...
Yeah, it's not even the graphics.
Your right analog stick is an actual
It's just a free moving
control.
camera.
I think this would be 10 times better.
The controls, I mean, the camera's bad. The controls aren't great. Like, I feel like the whole game is on ice.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm here...
Wait till you play Sunshine.
If I'm here and I just want to jump on this pipe, I feel like you just want to turn left and go, whoop, and he's like... And I'm like, oh,
but then when you actually
God.
jump, you're like, woo,
oh,
wow,
yeah.
woo, wow.
Trying to just land on the stupid little chain chomp post thing. Oh, my God. The controls are bad. Yeah. It's not a bad game. It is a very dated game.
Yes.
I'm bummed that they didn't just... It's not even that they didn't remake it. You didn't have to remake it. But you just
do
straight
that.
ported it.
I don't
Like,
need it to look like Odyssey. I just want the right stick to control the effing camera and not just wee.
If it was just that would make a huge difference. Because I think I can get used to the controls. The camera's butt.
Yes.
I cannot...
The worst kind of butt. It is swamp butt.
Yes.
I think it's what I sent you.
The controls, like the way, whatever, I can compensate for that, I think. I would get used to it. Yeah. But the camera, oh, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's a lot of levels in this game that are like cramped quarter. Like, the first world is pretty wide open.
Yeah.
And, I mean, plenty of the other worlds are too, but there's some worlds where you're like in caves and like the freaking clock tower and stuff. And if you can't move the camera because there's like a wall where the camera's trying to go or whatever, oh, it's bad. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I still think, even though I may not love it, I feel like I will like Sunshine at least better than you. I may not like it that much, but I think I'll at least like it.
Let's talk
better
about
than
Sunshine.
you.
I've been crapping on this game for 19 years now. And I will say, after playing it for one night, that it was all justified. This game sucks.
So what is your problem with it?
My problem with it? My problem with it is that it sucks. It is... First off, Flood is more annoying than Navi ever was. Every time I misdo a jump, and it's like... I'm like, shut the up. I'm going to break my new TV. I don't want to hear you. Like, there's a part in the first level, so where you land and whatever, and it's like, first off, Peach says something about you need to go to this island over there. And I'm trying to go to an island. And I'm swimming, just keep swimming. And then I'm like against the wall. I'm like, okay, so Peach lied. I come back here, whatever, talk to people, whatever. And then there's like an M. And I'm like, fake Mario, whatever. I wash that off. And then this big giant piranha goes, I'm out of the mud. And I'm like, okay. So I'm spraying it, and then it goes down, and it comes back up. I spray it, goes down, it comes back up, spray it, goes down. I'm like, I finally was like, I don't know what the hell to do this stupid thing. The game doesn't tell you that you can aim in first person. I had to look it up on the internet because I was like, I don't know how to beat this stupid piranha boss. What you have to do is when he comes back up, you push in, and again, controls. I will say the camera in Sunshine is much better than the other two games. That's the only compliment I have.
That's good.
You click in R3 to go into not first person, but like aiming mode. But then you aim with the left stick, which is weird. So then he's like, blah, 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 blah. When his mouth opens, you have to go, blah, blah, you have to squirt the water into his stupid mouth 3 times and he dies, whatever. And then Metal Mario or whatever he is shows up and he's like, wahoo, oh no, I'm gonna run away. And he grabs Peach and he runs away and you spray him and then whatever. And you got to chase him around. He's in the center of the square. I'm like, I've never been here. What the hell is the center of this stupid island? I'm running around forever. I finally just was like, oh, there's a Mario. So I run after him and I squirt him. He jumps into a painting. I jump after him. Then I get into the first like real level. And there's just there's just diarrhea everywhere. You got to spray your stupid, you just run around going, and I don't even, because the jumping in this game sucks. Like all these 3 3D Mario games suck when it comes to jumping. Period. I do not remember having this issue, no matter what I think about Odyssey. If I wanted to jump on someone in Odyssey, in my mind, I was always able to jump on them.
Yeah.
I can't in this. So I just run around squirting everybody. And then it's like, oh, here's water. I go in there and I fill up my flood. It's like, oh, Mario. And I'm like...
So then, I love how Flood talks exactly like Mario. Oh, Mario.
But then what you got to do is you go up this. I got the first star or whatever, and then it kicks you out. I hate how these games are structured. Like, when you get a star, you should not get kicked out and have to go back in.
Man.
That is stupid. Stupid. Go back in, go back up there, and there's like, oh, there's a piranha on top of the thingamajiggy. So I'm going up there, and I'm squirting the poop and everything. I'm getting rid of it. And then you get this thing where this bridge is like broken, and you have to switch your flood to go down so you can hover. Yeah. He's like, Mario. I'm like, okay. So then I go, and I'm like doing the hover thing, and then it's like, I'm like, okay, I'm right over this log, and he goes, wahoo, boom. Fall 5. I'm like, I hate this game. I end up just turning it off because I hate it. I hate the stupid flood thing. I wanted it. The funny thing is, and I was going back and forth, obviously, with Solar, who is insane. Do you agree? Should we ban him? Sunshine is the best Mario?
I mean, that's a hot take, but
that is the hottest take I've ever heard in video games.
I would say it's up there with saying...
Okay, we're moving on. I'm not getting into it. We're not...
I was going to say that, like, Zelda 2 is the best Zelda. Or... Like,
Death Stranding's a good game.
or like... Spirit Tracks. Because
it's the best Zelda
I actually do like Zelda 2. But it would be like saying Spirit Tracks is the best Zelda game. Love you, James. It's a hot take, but to each his own.
I do want you sometime this week to try Sunshine. And tell me if I'm crazy, because I think this game sucks. I'll
try it. I'll probably play Sunshine before I play 64 at this point.
All right, we're moving on from Sunshine because it sucks. Galaxy. I was so pleasantly surprised so far by Galaxy. Before this, all I had done was on our Wii, I'd played the opening thing where all the stars are falling and Bowser comes in and picks up the castle, and that was it. I'm glad that I can actually play it with my Pro Controller. I didn't know that was possible. I know we'd gone back and forth, even off the air, if that was possible or not. Definitely possible. The whole star aiming thing is just, you can just go like boom, 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 to pick up the stars, the star bits. I thought the whole gravity thing running underneath planets was really going to mess with me. And it takes a little bit to get used to. Because some planets, when you go underneath them, they flip. So you're like running normally. And some of them, you're still running underneath. But I got a handle on it. The only thing I don't like,
The issue that I have is
I have no circles.
like if I'm running here and I go around here and now I'm running down here, I'm fine. But if I come up here and I'm like here,
and you
I
try
feel
to
like
go
I
one way
should
or the
hit
other.
left to try to go that way, but then all of a sudden he like goes. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
it's like when I'm trying to run on the edge of something, it's weird. But when it's mostly like just a sphere, I'm fine. But it's something about these weird edges where the whole thing doesn't flip. That sometimes is weird to me. And one thing I notice, and I'm nitpicking, but like I get it. It's like gravity. So wherever, if you're here,
Stay the hell away from me.
whatever. Like it pulls you in. What I don't like, because it doesn't really make sense, is when you go in a pipe or something and you're inside.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why is it now always pulling you to the outside? Like that's not how gravity works. I
My
mean, and I
problem-
know it's just a video game, but like, what?
My problem, I've got two problems. One thing is, you know how you got these like black holes that are like tinged with red.
Yeah.
I guess I would call them a black hole. I didn't know.
Yeah, that's what they call them.
They do. Okay.
That's basically like how you fall to your death.
Yeah,
Since you can't just
but
fall
how?
down.
But how am I supposed to know if I'm on a planet that I can run around, or if I go wow, that I'm dead? Like, how am I supposed to know that?
I guess I haven't come across anything.
I
like
did
that.
because I was like, I don't know where to go, so I'm going to run off, and then Mario's like, wahoo! I love that it says "too bad," not "you died."
Too bad.
The only other issue I have is whatever I did on the second like world, I got the first star. I came back, and Rosalina's like, "Hey, you should go talk to the people at the garage." So I go over there, and there's the Toads. And they're like, "Man, we're building a spaceship, Mario. Man, we got a spaceship. We got a spaceship." I'm like, "Okay." I've talked to all these jackasses. I can't get in this spaceship because it's just a piece of tin right now. I go back and talk to her, and she's like, "You should go talk to the people in the garage." I'm like, I did this 5 times and was finally like, what the hell am I supposed to do? I was so tired last night. I was finally like, the hell with Rosalina. I'm going to go to the observatory again. I'm going to get in the thing, go to the planet, and then it's like, okay, now you're on the second star. Why is she telling me to go talk to the stupid Toads building a spaceship?
So something similar happened to me. You know, in like the beginning of the game when you have to catch the 3 stupid rabbits?
Yes.
I caught
I
2
hate
of
those
them,
things.
and it's like, oh man, you caught me. I knew I should have hidden in the pipe.
Right.
And I'm like,
did,
okay,
yeah.
I go in the pipe, and I'm like,
Nothing.
well, it's not okay. So I go back in the pipe. There's no rabbit here.
Yes.
Well, so that was when I caught the first rabbit, and he kept saying that. Then I caught a second one. He's like, oh, I knew I should have hidden in the pipe. I'm like, what is with the stupid pipe? I keep going in it. There's no rabbit. And eventually I just saw him, like, he was
Right.
hiding in the bush, and I found him. So I
Yeah.
don't know if maybe he was in the pipe,
And
and
he
maybe the
jumped
first
out
time I
and
went
missed it or
through,
something.
he jumped out, and I
Yeah.
just didn't see it. But they kept telling me to go in the pipe. I'm like, he's not in the pipe. And then, oh, God.
I do really like Galaxy. I will say that.
Yeah.
Of all 3 games, I am most likely, if I'm going to finish one of these, it's going to be Galaxy.
Yeah.
Mario 64, I don't know. I beat the first boss, the Bob-omb, the King Bob-omb, whatever his name is. He's like, "Oh, you will beat me by throwing me down to the grassy plain." I'm like, "Well, there's grass down there, and I'm on this giant platform. I'm going to throw you off." And I throw you off, and then you're like, "Oh, you violated the rules of the grassy throw." I'm like, "What the frick are you told me to throw you on the..." So then I just throw him on the platform. He's like, "Oh, boom. Oh, my butt hurts." And you do that 3 times, you beat him. I don't know. That game, I'm glad. I will say right now, I'm glad we didn't put it in our top 50. Because playing it for a couple hours, not deserving of being there. I know I can.
I think when I actually just play it for myself and put some time into it, I think I'll like it. But I don't think it's going to live up to, I won't even say the hype. Like, it won't live up to my memories of it.
Your
I
nostalgia,
remember it
yeah.
being a pretty good game. Not that great, because like I said, I didn't put it in my top 50. But I remember I have fond memories of that game. And the little bit that I've played so far, I'm like, exactly.
You're supposed to keep talking. But that was perfect.
Oh, gosh. Moving on.
Yeah, I don't know. It's... I feel like you are only going to love this... this collection, whatever you want to call it, is not going to make my top 10. Just because 2 of the 3 games I don't like really at all. You know? And it's also weird because it's really just ports. It's not even... I don't know.
Yeah, there's nothing really new about it.
And like the music player, I've never played these games, so I don't care about it. It's like they really did.
It's good music, but who's just going to sit there and be like, kick back in my recliner?
I'm going to pour a nice glass of Cavassier and listen. Is that when you're sliding against the penguin?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it shows up in other places too. But like, I just can't imagine somebody just going to the music player and just playing Mario music.
I will say the one thing I have done in the past though is with my PS4, I have just turned it on and let it play because I've got the Firewatch theme.
What'd you have for dinner?
Burgers and jalapeno poppers. Shout out to Terry and Sarah. Don't come through the mic. It doesn't matter because we've drawn attention to it twice.
I've proven in the past it does.
You have to really rip. Well, I did. Okay.
That first one.
That first one was like, you're like, I just kind of think in my mind, Mario 64 is. All right, Sean. I don't know. I hate that. When this was announced, I was mad at people crapping on this collection. Because, yes, I wanted Mario 64 to actually be I wanted all these games to be a remake of them.
Yeah.
But people that were crapping on it, I was like, you suck. You just hate Nintendo, whatever. Now that I've played it, I'm like, they really kind of did the absolute bare minimum to get these games to Switch.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think you need Galaxy. I don't think you needed to do anything with.
Galaxy's fine.
Sunshine shouldn't exist.
64 is the only one that really needed work.
Well, yeah, and Sunshine shouldn't be.
The other two are passable. Right. I mean, say what you want about the games themselves, but the other two don't look out of place.
Right.
On a modern console.
Yeah.
They don't look great, but they
I
don't
will
look...
say that is one thing. I will say, just upresing Sunshine, I'm surprised how good it looks.
Really?
It looks really good for a 2001 game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is this bird awake out there? Do you hear that? My windows are all like look
Are
over
those
there in the
closed?
bottom corner. Yeah, but look how it's rotting.
Oh, wow.
Tino's gonna come fix it. Martinez. All right, Sean.
Yes.
Do you want to get to the most awesome news of the week ever?
Yes.
Sean, we finally got what we wanted. And I hope come November 12th, we actually get what we want. I know I will. God, I hope you do.
Part of me was going to tell you, like, hey, don't cancel your pre-order yet just in case. But I'm like, wait a minute, it's through Walmart also. So if I don't get it, you're not going to get it either. So that does me no good. I'm still going to, like, you know, Sony tweeted, you know.
Sony had their PlayStation 5 games showcase. Or what did they call it? I think it was just a PS5 showcase.
Something like that, yeah.
And they finally announced we're not going to go in order. We'll go in order, but we're going to go with the big one first. And that is that the system is out November 12th. The disc version is $499 US. Nailed it. The discless version is $399. Nailed that. Have we both predicted both of those forever, right?
Yeah.
We both thought it was going to be $100. Like a lot of people were saying, oh, the digital's just going to be $50 cheaper. And I was like, no, because there's no...
Nobody would ever buy that
right.
for $50 cheaper.
Yeah. It's out November 12th, which is a Thursday, which is so random. And I don't think anyone that I've seen anywhere actually predicted the 12th. I said forever, 11/20/2020, and it's not that. I really do think they did the 12th because Friday the 13th, they don't want to launch then.
That makes sense.
What do you think about the prices? I think they're perfect.
I think they're right where they should be. I mean, it's fine. I would love for them to be cheaper.
Yeah.
But that's what I expected them to be.
But I think, like, the fact that the digital edition is, quote-unquote, only $400 compared to the Series S. Like, Gary Whitta, who has an Xbox podcast, was like, I think Xbox is going to kick themselves for not also doing a digital version of the Series X for $400. Because you've either got the Series X for $500 or the crappy Series S for $300, and it's like, cool, it's $300, but it's nowhere near the system that the PS5 digital edition is for $100 more, with all the PlayStation games and all the best PS4 games, which we'll talk about later on. I think Sony has already... Well, I'm not going to say they've won. it's so weird that, like, obviously with the Series S, they're not trying to compete directly with Sony. This is,
right.
You want a new system, here it is. It's not as good, and we're not trying to make it as good, but it's here if you want it. Game Pass, blah, 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 xCloud, whatever. I'm very happy with the prices. I'm happy I was right. I knew it was... I knew it was never going to be 600. I was going back and forth with some people in the past, like it might be 600-700. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, there's literally no way, unless it's like a 5 terabyte version. Then yeah, $700. Okay, I get that. But it was never going to be more than 500. I'm still shocked that the Series X is 500. I thought they would try to undercut Sony, but whatever. They jumped first. Whatever. Jim Ryan did some interviews after this was announced, and we're going to go through them here, the highlights here. He says, and I call BS on, that Sony decided on the price, quote, quite early this year, end quote. Now that might...
I mean, they probably did, but they were also...
But they still were like, God, I hope Xbox isn't for
right.
Yeah. They have said there will be more PlayStation 5s available at launch than the PS4 in 2013. I know the PS4 in 2013... So I didn't get it at launch. I got it for Christmas. And I was texting Mom and Jess every time. I'd be like, I don't even know if I was following Wario back then. But I would get, like, it's in stock at Target. I'd be like, hey, Mom and Jess, if you're going to Target to get milk, they may have some PS4s in stock. But they're going to have more available than they did back then.
I just feel like if you don't get a pre-order... You're not getting it.
No, there's no way. I mean, you might get it, but you would
just have to
crazy
luck out.
lucky. Backwards compatibility. Famitsu asked Jim Ryan, we were also surprised when we heard that it will have... Okay, so the system will be 99% backwards compatible with PS4 games. Cool. Maybe I can't play My Name is Mayo. I don't know. Famitsu asked, we were also surprised when we heard that it will have 99% compatibility with PS4 titles. By the way, will there be compatibility with PS1, 2, and 3 titles? Jim Ryan. We keep in mind the engineering specialized for the PS5 as we produce the device. In the midst of that, the PS4 already has 100 million players. 100 million players. We thought they ought to want to play PS4 titles on the PS5 as well, indeed. So we included compatibility with the PS4. While implementing that, we also focused our efforts on taking in the high-speed SSD and the new controller DualSense, and you can tell this was translated from Famitsu, at the same time. So unfortunately, we couldn't reach the implementation of such capabilities. It is officially not backwards compatible out of the box with PS1, 2, or 3.
I can't say I'm not surprised. I'm
still
little
disappointed.
Bummed, but it's one of those things where even if it was, over the course of the PS5's lifetime, if I realistically would have put more than, I don't know, 10 hours into playing my PS1, 2, and 3 games, I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
Like, in reality, it's not that big of a blow, but I'm still kind of bummed out. But I don't know how much I would have actually used it, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I agree. And it's one of those things, like, Bernardo has been tweeting a few times, like, why are you all, like, talking about this? We already knew this. Well, we didn't know it for sure. Like, they were very cagey about it, is what I would say.
Right, man.
But now we know for sure it's not backwards compatible. He did also say in an interview that the PS4 community will be supported for 3 to 4 years. But that could mean, like, Just Dance
that could
finally...
mean anything.
Just Dance came out on the Wii last year. This was the first year that the Wii didn't get a new game. So that doesn't really mean anything. He did also bring up the Game Pass model, saying that it's not sustainable for Sony with game budgets for their first-party games over $100 million, that it does not make sense. He also did say... He did also say that they looked at doing a Series S style like budget console, but it doesn't make sense, and they've never done one in the past. So,
have these ever been a thing though? I mean, I know later on, like, the 3DS came out with the 2DS, and
right.
There's the Xbox SAD, and like, but there's never been at launch. There's never been like, hey, here's the real console, like and then here's a not as good console. Like, that's never been done in the past.
This is the weirdest new generation of consoles ever. Period.
Yeah.
They've also, I don't think they've ever launched other than just more hard drive space. Like even PS5 having the disc version and the digital version, that's never happened before.
Yeah.
It's like that, and then Xbox is like, here's next gen and here's half of a next gen. It's this whole launch, it's so weird. Whatever. We also did get some details on the dimensions for the PlayStation 5. It is 15.5 inches tall. Well, maybe like that. Maybe. Whatever. 10.25 inches deep and 4.1 inches wide. The digital version is 12 millimeters slimmer because it doesn't have the pregnant bump for the disc drive.
Right.
This thing is huge, and it weighs like over 5 pounds, I think, something like that. See how I kept talking over that? That's what you should have done earlier, but you didn't.
Well, when you start, I don't even think I was talking when you started. I was looking for my words, and then
no, you're like, Mario 64 is kind of a. This thing's huge. I do think so. I'm not with the way I have my new room set up. I can't have it standing up. It has to be on its side.
TV.
Yeah, exactly. Like this thing is ginormous, and I'm okay with it because really, what I'm going to do is so I've got the sound bar. I think I told you this the other day. I was drinking a lot. Sound bar up front. The PS5 is kind of going to slide behind it, so that the disc is going to stick out because it's going to be on the left. Like right now, my PS4 is on the right side. It's going to go on the left side. The disc is going to stick out. Not well. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
The hole.
The disc hole
is going to stick out past the soundbar, so I can put my discs.
So you can put your disc in the hole.
Yes. What do you think about the size?
I mean,
who cares? It's freaking.
We've
awesome.
known for a while it was going to be pretty big. I mean, how does it? It sounds like it's more or less similar to the PS3.
It's even bigger than that. The first one, yeah.
Is it heavier though?
I don't think it's.
I feel like the PS3 weighed like
that thing
pounds.
weighed like 20 pounds. I think it is a little bit bigger. Yeah.
I mean, I
don't care. I just want to play the game, so I really don't care.
Yeah.
What my router looks like that I play my PS5 games on.
Yeah.
Pre-orders were, again, I'm going to call out Sony later, but they didn't say this, but the pre-orders were supposed to start on September 17th. They didn't announce that. Jeff Keighley did. And then they went up on the 16th, and I got one, and Sean got one, and then...
But from what I understand, that wasn't really Sony's... That was Walmart or whoever went first was like, let's go ahead and do it now so we can make all the money. And then everybody else was like, oh, crap, well, we got to do it too. Like, I don't think...
I'm not calling Sony out for... Well, I kind of am.
It's weird that they didn't announce it, and then after the
I'm
show...
I'm more calling
like,
them out for
by
not
the way.
announcing it, yeah.
Yeah.
But then Sony tweeted, I think it was yesterday, after the PS5 pre-order kerfuffle was a cluster.
Yeah.
They tweeted out, let's be honest, PS5 pre-orders could have been a lot smoother. We truly apologize for that. I'm going to editorialize now, but they're also like, hell yeah, we sold out. So who freaking cares?
Yeah.
Over the next few days, we will release more PS5 consoles for pre-order. Retailers will share more details. By the way, I haven't seen anything.
No.
Except Amazon. I think Amazon said they're going to have more. And more PS5s will be available through the end of the year.
But I don't even... People that ordered it through Amazon are already...
not going to get it on
being
launch.
told, yeah, we probably don't have that many. But they're still going to release more. Like...
Right. I do think...
I mean, I'll probably go ahead and pre-order it on Amazon if I can.
Because they won't charge you till it ships.
Right, yeah. I've got nothing to lose. And hopefully Walmart...
I think you're okay because we got both of ours. So, yeah. I'm driving to drop my son off at guitar practice, and I get the tweet from Wario64, all caps, PS5's up on Walmart. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. Click it. Okay. Pick up in Collierville. Okay. Okay, bye, Nick. Go. I'm like, okay, Sean, Walmart. And you're like, yeah, I know I'm trying and I can't check out.
Well, I did it the first time, and then I got to the end, and it was like, sorry, it's no longer available. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Did you?
And then you're like, go to Walmart. I just got mine. I'm like, I know I did. And then once I did it the second time I went through, it was like, oh, okay. Good.
So is yours pick up in store or shipping?
Okay. Pick up in store. I'm going to take that day off and get it whenever they open.
Yeah. I think you're fine because we got in the first wave and it's been 4 or 5 days now and we haven't got to cancel it. Well, I mean, I canceled it. I canceled mine because I got the stupid invite from Sony and they actually did give me the invite. I mean, I got the email and then I registered and then I got the invite and I'm like, okay, Platinum Master.
Maybe if I would have gotten my Bloodborne trophy a few days ago, I would have gotten
They should have been like, well, that counts as 50. You can have one. But I mean, but if you think about it, like when I go through my like I've bought over 100 games on PS4. I've got 50 platinums. They're like, we really want this guy to keep playing PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I got mine direct through Sony. I actually got right to the front of the queue within 2 minutes of that process starting. Pre-ordered it, guaranteed for launch day. Obviously, I believe it because it's from Sony. This isn't another retailer. It's like Sony's like, no, we're keeping these over here. I'm going to get mine on launch day.
Now, you might not get it till like 5 o'clock or something.
Depending on who it's coming by. Yeah. But I don't know. I can't defend this whole pre-order kerfuffle. Fuffle or fluffle? We've talked about this before.
Kerfuffle. I don't think there's an
Is
F.
it a made-up word either way?
I think it's fuffle.
Okay. You said I don't think there's an F. There's definitely an F.
I mean, I meant L.
L. Okay.
I think it's kerluffle.
Yeah. They also announced that Sony, what are they calling it now? PlayStation Studios games released on next gen will be somewhere between $50 and $75 on PS5.
That's a wide range.
But I think of it as the old 40 to 60. Like Uncharted Lost Legacy was 40. Miles Morales, spoiler alert, is 50. Unless you get the Ultimate Edition, whatever. It's kind of what I think of it as. But we've been paying $60 for games for 3 generations now.
Spider-Man's 50 and 60?
50 and 70.
Oh.
No, I was saying
I thought it was 60 and 70.
No, it's 50. If you don't get regular remastered, it's 50.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to get it.
I'm going to get it too. I'm just going to platinum again. I'm finally going to get some more platinums. They did also announce that the launch games will be Astro's Playroom, which comes preloaded in the PS5. Spider-Man Miles Morales. However, when they showed the trailer, it said holiday. And I'm like, in my mind when I'm watching it, I'm like, they're saying holiday because they
don't
want
want
the
to
date. Yeah. Out November 12th. Like, what?
That's very specific.
Demon Souls, Mr. Bloodborne.
Yep.
Destruction All-Stars is $70. That is horrible. That is not a $70 game.
I don't care about
that. That is
at
a $30 game, which I guess in this new pricing model should be $50, but whatever. And Sackboy: A Big Adventure will be $60, so it's right there in the sweet spot, I guess. They did also reveal the prices for the PS5 accessories. DualSense controller, bad, not horrible, $70. I thought it was going to be $80.
70 is about. That's about what I thought.
The Pulse 3D headset is $100. Way cheaper than I thought it would be $150. USD, of course. We're in America. America. The HD camera, which I don't know why anybody would buy, $60. The media remote is $30. That thing should be $5.
Who would buy
or
that?
just pick up your DualSense and go click, click, click.
I don't get that.
And then the charging station is $30. I think that makes sense. Jim Ryan also did say that a look at the user interface is coming. I don't think he said coming soon, but it's coming in the near future.
I can't wait for that.
But I get
like, so like
that was
it
the
means
one
nothing,
thing that
like,
I thought was missing from this, but also like you want people just are like, give me the date, give me the price.
Yeah.
I don't care about, boom. But I can't wait to see what it looks like.
Yeah,
like I love the PS4. The Xbox is a mess. PS3 wasn't very good, but I think PS4 is a good sweet spot. Switch is actually, even though it's so minimalist, I think it's probably the best.
Too minimalist.
But it's just like, here's your games. Click, 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 go.
Yeah.
The thing I don't like about a PS4, and I don't think this will go away in the 5, is when it's randomly like, I'm like, oh, okay, I boot it up, Ghost of Tsushima, Grand Theft Auto, and then it's like, wait, here first is PlayStation Now, get a 7-day trial. I'm like, what? Nope. Options, delete. Like, don't do that. I don't like that one bit. But what do you think about all the accessories, the launch games? And also, Godfall is going to be there too. These were just the first party games, but Godfall, like, if you like Godfall, fine. I think it looks dumb. But whatever.
I mean, I've already pre-ordered Demon Souls. I haven't yet. I don't know why. I'm going to pre-order Spider-Man. I think part
you
of me
don't
is
even
like,
need to.
do I need the Ultimate Edition? But I'm going to.
The only reason, spoiler alert for here in a few minutes, the only reason I haven't done it yet is because I'm still hoping that they might say, you know what, you bought Spider-Man on PS4 for $60. Plug it in, you get the remastered. You know, you don't have to spend the extra $20. That's the only reason I haven't done it yet. But again, you're going to be able to walk in on November 12th. You can walk into a Walmart or a Target or whatever.
The games will be everywhere. Yeah. I plan on just getting Demon Souls and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's anything else. I'm somewhat intrigued by Sackboy just because it kind of reminded me of like Mario 3D World, sort of. I'm like, that could be fun, but again, that's the kind of game that's probably going to be more fun multiplayer. So I don't know. Unless there's some games we haven't heard of yet that are going to be out by Christmas. I don't know what games I'm asking for Christmas. I also understand it's weird that a mid-30s person is talking about a Christmas list, but I mean, I want the headset, but I can wait on that. That'll be a Christmas thing.
An extra controller,
charging station. Mom and Dad's Christmas shopping is going to be easy. Like two of those.
Boom! All right, we're done.
But yeah, I don't know. And between Astrobot, Demon Souls, Spider-Man, and then all the I won't get to that yet, but the other games that will be available, like. I'm good for. But also, I'm
getting Watch Dogs like 2 weeks before this, and I don't think I'll be done with it. And it has a free upgraded PS5. Now it might not be available at launch because I haven't said that yet. But launch party, Kevin, would that make more sense than a lunch party? That's why I do think if they don't, I'm not going to pre-order Spider-Man just because I'm hoping they're going to hold. I'm holding out hope that they're going to say you get the remastered if you already bought the game, which they should. It's BS that I have to spend extra $20. You know. That's stupid. Yeah. But between Spider-Man, so I'm going to platinum Miles Morales. I'm going to platinum Spider-Man again. I'm going to finish Watch Dogs. And then it's like, okay, it's Christmas. Like, I don't need Call of Duty at launch. Hell, maybe I'll beat Ghost by then. I don't know. And then now, what?
I was just saying maybe.
The rest of the conference. So they kicked off with the long rumored, which I didn't believe any of it. And as it's going on, I'm like, Sean, is this 16? You're like, I think you're like, what I think was going through your head is, I'm not going to say that it is.
Well, I heard them say Shiva. I was like,
I don't know what that means.
It's one of the
Kamini Soma kind of
summons. I'm like,
Final Fantasy 16, mother effers.
I'm like, okay, well, that's Final Fantasy. What had me a little worried, I mean, the game looked too pretty for it to just be not be a mainline game.
I was thinking it was Final Fantasy 14 Part 3 or something.
But all the crystal talk was like,
this.
Usually we never hear, ooh, the crystals. Usually that's like some kind of weird spin-off thing. So I'm like, but then I'm like, there's no way this epic looking of a game is not just Final Fantasy 16. And turned out it was. I mean, who knows when it's coming, but.
So it is a console exclusive to PS5. It may be coming to PC. Schreier tweeted that it has been in development for a while and that it may be out sooner than we think. He's thinking it'll actually be 2022. But that's not like...
That's about what I would have expected.
Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy 15 was 2016. So it's already been 4 years. Obviously, they put out 7 Remake 1.
Yeah.
There will be more info coming in the next year. One thing that confused me, because it popped up before the trailer showed, was that this game was captured on PC, emulating the PS5 experience. And I was like, what the hell? You're about to launch this thing? It said everything shown was captured on PC. And I was like, you're about to launch this console. Why are you emulating? And it was just for this one game, because it's forever out. But
yeah,
I do wonder what this means for Final Fantasy VII Remake 2. Square Enix is huge. I'm not going to get into.
I'm sure they're totally
who's
separate
what
teams.
Game. Yeah, exactly. Me personally, I think this looks awesome. Like, Final Fantasy 15, while I like the combat that I saw of it up to launch, 4 bros rolling around in a flying car.
It was a novel approach to it, doing it in like somewhat present day looking, I was excited for it.
It was your game of the year.
It was.
Like Death Stranding was for me. I was wrong.
It was fine. What I'm kind of worried about is the combat in this looks very similar, at least,
to 15?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm hoping it's
But see, that
more
appeals
like
to me.
7. But see,
I don't
there's
think
something
they're gonna
about
do the
15
ATV stuff. There's no way.
Well, no. I think it yeah. I don't know. I think it could be good. And I really liked it at the time.
Yeah.
But looking back on it, I'm like, I don't know how good 15 was. My issue with that kind of combat, to me it seems like it works well for general enemies, but boss fights it's usually just such a, well, I don't know, just run up and attack,
Just like a bullet sponge.
oh, he's about to do something big, run away. Okay, now run back in, attack. Like, I don't know. They'll get it right eventually. I don't know if this one's going to be great, but I understand you can't just keep doing turn-based games, but it looks beautiful. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, the biggest thing that I took away from this is that it's going back to that, like, I guess you would call it medieval.
Yeah.
That is what I think Final Fantasy should be. Now, again, Final Fantasy VII Remake, my game of the year so far, was, steampunk.
7 was a good, I guess you would call it
was in between.
steampunk. Yeah.
Like, steampunk is one of those things like porn. Like, I don't know what it is.
You know it when you see it.
Yes. Like, I know, okay, this is steampunk.
But if you had to describe it to somebody,
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Right. I'm so stoked for it. I think this might be the second Final Fantasy game that I ever play. Well, that's not true. I mean, I've tried 6. So third, I guess.
And 7.
No. Second Final Fantasy. Well, I was counting those as one. It's the fourth. Whatever. Next up, we got a new trailer for Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I wrote here it looks absolutely awesome.
Yes.
Tinkerer is the big bad, apparently. Like we kind of hinted at earlier, there is an Ultimate Edition which includes Spider-Man Remastered with improved details and animations, ray tracing, 60 frames per second mode, instant loading, and improved crowd density. It is also coming to PS4. Also, Sackboy and Horizon Forbidden West are. Do we want to tackle this now, or do we want to save it?
We'll circle back around.
All right. Miles Morales, I don't care if this is 8 hours or
I
80.
still do not know what to make of this game. It looks beautiful. The combat, the set pieces look amazing.
Much fun.
But do you get the feeling, unless maybe it's just flat out been confirmed, this game is just Harlem?
I don't think they said that. There was a big focus on Harlem in the trailer, yes, but I don't,
because that's kind of
there was
very small.
There was some press release that talked about Harlem and his neighborhood and his life and everything, but I don't remember. Like, I don't know if was Harlem in the first one. Was that one of the, it was okay. Well, that's interesting. Then yeah, I don't know.
I think of now. I don't know. My New York City geography is not what it probably should be, but like, I think Harlem is basically the very north end of Manhattan. Like,
okay.
So in Spider-Man, I feel like you kind of work your way up.
Yeah.
And I think Harlem, remember there's like the towers, or you unlock the map, like
right.
Death Stranding or like Horizon, whatever. I think Harlem is more or less that last one you got to up at the top. Like, it's the top part of the island, which, I mean, you can certainly cram a lot of gameplay into a little bit of space.
I
just don't think it's going to be
cram a lot of swinging. Yeah,
I don't think there's going to be as much just free swinging in this game, but that's fine. It looks amazing.
I'm so stoked. Like, his powers look awesome. I like how the trailer mixed, and obviously it's the game, but how the game mixes combat with cinematics and stuff. And then you see, like, when he's falling and he's got to hold the bridges together, it's like R1, 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 R1. I think it looks so cool. It's weird that it's coming out on PS4 too, but I'm going to save that for later.
Yeah,
because I'm going to call out Sony. I hope you're listening. Next up, Sean, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Hogwarts Legacy was finally revealed. It's coming out 2021.
Okay. Next.
All right.
I will say
it looks cool. I do.
It
I
looks
could not. You
beautiful.
could not pay me to play a Harry Potter game.
no, I don't care, but it did look. It looks pretty. I'm not gonna say it looks good. Like
The
it
funny
doesn't
thing is-
appeal to me, but it looks like visually it's beautiful.
The funny thing is, we've been calling this Harry Potter RPG for 2.5 years now. Whenever it leaked, Harry Potter's not in this game. It's just a Hogwarts RPG.
Right.
You know, whatever. Next up, Black Ops Cold War. The first campaign mission was shown. It looks like Call of Duty. I do like the deaths. Like you run up to somebody and you're like, bam! And then you use them as a body shield. I'm like, holy! I do like that. I do want to play this game. I don't want to play multiplayer. I didn't play the alpha. It's out this weekend. Who cares? I'm not going to play it. Again, Black Ops is still my favorite Call of Duty game ever. And that the fact that this is the direct sequel to that, I'm definitely going to play it, but I don't need to get it on November 13th when it launches.
Christmas list.
Yes. I don't know why that happened. It's just, but all they said for the PS5 is that it's holiday 2020, so it's probably like 2 or 3 weeks after the original game comes out. But it looks cool.
Yeah.
The only other thing I will say, like, it looks pretty, but Call of Duty always looks pretty, and I don't know, especially watching it on a stream, how much prettier does this actually look than normal Call of Duty? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Next up, Sean, right up your alley. Now we can talk again. Resident Evil, I'm going to call it this, Resident Evil 8 Village. We got a new trailer. Mia is reading the fairy tale. Did we know that from the first trailer? I feel like the fairy tale thing already
remember
happened, but I don't think we knew it was Mia. And she's
Yeah.
like, it's fine. It's just a fairy tale. They're still just saying 2021. There was werewolves in it. They look scary as hell. Ethan's in it. The trailer starts off with Chris, and apparently he is the bad guy in this. I don't believe
No, I don't buy that.
Like, I don't believe. By the way, oh no, Captain America dies in A-Day. Oh my God, he died. Everybody's tweeting, hey, here's my Captain America. I'm 50 hours into the game. Like, I knew he wasn't dead. So stupid. The highlight to me, though, was the very end after they showed, like, Resident Evil Village 2021. And it's like, got some things on sale.
I was like, I
like,
mean, I
it's
know
him.
it wasn't him.
It's
but
not him,
like,
but it's him.
The
He's
equivalent
in
to
it.
him.
Like, maybe it is him, though.
I mean, I guess it could be.
Because do we know where this is set? Is it just Europe?
It's in a village. Oh my God,
I'm scared to death, and I cannot wait.
I
for
already
that.
love this game. It's
Yeah.
exactly what I wanted. I'm glad they're keeping first person. I was never too worried about it, but like, it's still first person. It's still, when I was trying to think of how do you top, or not even top, but how do you continue off where 7 left
Off.
And I'm like, I don't know. This is it. Like, it's perfect. Like,
If
the
this is-
Louisiana swamp and stuff is
Was
like
such a
God,
great
it's
setting,
just
yes.
it's perfect. This, it's like 7 meets 4. It's like
Yeah.
Resident Evil 11.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. If this is Resident Evil 4 in first person, I'm so down for it. I do wonder, why the hell does Ethan... Part of me also wonders if this game's actually even happening. Maybe that's just the Metal Gear Solid fan in me, but I'm wondering, like, with all like the storytelling and stuff, and is there one part where he kind of wakes up or something? I don't know. I wonder how the story makes sense, because I do really care about the story in this. Why the hell does Ethan go from rescuing Mia, which I guess is the canon ending, which I assumed it was,
Yeah.
rescuing Mia, spoiler alert, who cares, from the New Orleans crazy quote-unquote mansion to Spain or something? Like, why, how, and why is Mia I am so... I cannot wait to play this game. I'm almost more intrigued by the story for this. I heard some people saying, like, yeah, I want to play this game, but this trailer did nothing for me. This trailer for me was like, I loved it. This
Yeah.
trailer was just like,
It's
I don't...
exactly what I wanted.
Yeah,
out
I
of the
cannot
game.
fathom what the hell is going on. Why the hell is Ethan in Europe? Why is Chris bad? I never played the No More Heroes or whatever it's called, DLC, for RE7. The one, No More Heroes is a different game. What's it called? I don't know what it's called.
It was something like that.
It was
Not
close,
a hero.
right? Not a hero. Okay, nailed it. Kind of. I don't know. I'm so stoked. I really hope...
I can't wait.
We got to think that Ratchet and Clank is January or February. Horizon, I think, is going to be out by May. This, I think, is kind of going to get sandwiched in between, is what I think. And that's perfect pacing. I'm okay with that.
You think it's that quick?
I don't want it to be like...
You think this is spring 21? I feel like this is like
all
fall.
So RE7, RE2 Remake, and RE3 Remake were all like early in that year. Yeah. RE7 was January, but again, we don't even have a Q date. So maybe I'm wrong. I can't wait.
I would love it if it was out in spring.
But you know what's even better is because we know the next year we're getting RE4 Remake. Play Death Stranding. All right, next up, we got a new trailer for Deathloop. It's out. It was supposed to be out this year. We knew it was delayed. Now they're saying it's out Q2 2021. This game looks amazing to me. I don't think I'm going to play it. The concept is so cool.
The concept's cool. It looks, appealing.
Yeah, art style.
It doesn't appeal to me. It's not my kind of game, basically, because it's a first-person shooter. But I will give them props. It's not just another first-person shooter, it seems like. It's not just another Call of Duty. So I'll give them that. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get this game. Unless it comes out that there's
if
just
it's like a 98 on Metacritic, then I'll be like,
right. If it's like crazy reviews and it's like a very good single player game and you can play multiplayer, then maybe. But I don't see myself getting this game.
That is one thing I wonder. Like, so they're like at the end of the trailer, it's like, oh, hey, I've been hunting you this whole time, which I think is saying that that's another player in your game.
Yeah.
If you can turn that off, that would make me way more interested in playing this than just I'm like, I've killed 7 out of the 8 assassins, and then somebody like you snipe me from behind. Like, F this game.
Yeah.
All right, next up they showed Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, which I don't think should have been in this, whole showcase, but whatever. It is going to be available at launch. It will have ray tracing with improved shadows and lighting. You can either do 4K 30 frames per second or 1080p 60 frames per second, or it will have an optional 120 frames per second mode, which is nuts. That's one of those games where you really want the FPS. You shouldn't really care about the resolution, I think.
I'm curious, if this becomes a normal thing where it's like you get 4K 30 or 1080 60 or maybe even 120. I'm curious to see, and like you said, it'll probably vary game by game, but I'm curious to see where
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like having the option. I mean,
I think it depends on the game. I think like RE8, I don't need 60 frames per second. Like I want that to look as immersive and scary as hell.
Yeah.
And maybe, I don't know. Who knows? We'll also have fast loading, haptics, and 3D audio support, and Virgil will be playable. Moving on.
Yeah.
We got a new Oddworld trailer. Moving on.
A new what? I don't even know what that was.
I said Oddworld.
Oh, Oddworld. Yeah.
Oddworld.
Why is that? I don't know why that's.
I don't know. Lorne Lanning is so cool. I just don't care about like lemmings with aliens. I don't care. Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay. Sean. Demon's Souls is a launch game, and holy crap, this blew me away. Now, I will say what I've heard about the actual Souls games, not Soulsborne games, is that they're slow and plodding, and you got the shield, so it slows you down. Watching this gameplay, I mean, a lot of the enemies, he was one-hit killing, whatever.
I get the feeling that was very much just like a tutorial. Like,
I think it's the first level of the game. It is freaking... It is breathtakingly beautiful, and it looks... The combat, to me, with him rolling around and stuff, and then you died. I
can't wait for this game.
You're going to be way better at it than me. I'm probably never going to be at a level, but what did you think about this final trailer for Demon's Souls and it being a launch game?
I don't know much about Demon's Souls, and ever since I've heard that they're remaking it, I'm kind of just wanting to stay away from it to be a little bit more surprised. I've been seeing more, like, I've been watching more some of the people I follow on YouTube and stuff, like doing Dark Souls. I've seen 1 and I've seen 3. I feel like I never hear anybody talk about Dark Souls 2, so I don't know if that game just sucked or what, but like it's always 1 and 3, it seems. And I'm assuming Demon's Souls is going to be somewhat similar to that, and that it's, like you said, it's definitely slower than Bloodborne. I've yet to see anybody just get surrounded by enemies like happens to me in Bloodborne. Usually it's one-on-one, sometimes 2-on-1, and you can just kind of, you can usually pull them apart and take one on at a time. I don't know. I don't know much of what to expect, but I can't wait for this game. I'm not going to say, well, I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm more hyped about it than I am Spider-Man.
I think you are, and I think it's
but
okay.
It's not very far off. I don't know. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I think I'm more hyped for Spider-Man just because it's more of a known entity for me. Like, I know
it's going to be Spider-Man.
Yeah. But this is not far behind.
This looks so good. It looks so good. And I think it's the most next-gen looking game that they've shown.
It reminds me, at least what they showed there, reminded me a lot of the Unreal thing they showed.
The tech demo.
The tech demo, yeah. That's kind of what it,
Speaking of Unreal, Fortnite will be available at launch on Unreal 4. They've said previously that it will be migrating to Unreal 5 in 2021. Are you excited? Then they announced the PlayStation Plus collection for PS5. This means if you are a PS Plus subscriber, you can play the following games and download them to your PS5. God of War 2018, Bloodborne, Monster Hunter World, Final Fantasy 15. Ooh. Fallout 4, Mortal Kombat 10 or X. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. Uncharted 4.
That'll probably be when I finally play that.
Cool. Detroit, Ratchet, Days Gone, Until Dawn, Battlefield 1, Infamous Second Son, Arkham Knight, Last Guardian. I'm finally going to play it. Now that I can just... The Last of Us Remastered, Persona 5.
No.
And Resident Evil 7.
All right. Where is this?
Right here.
Right there. So I'm looking forward to... I'll probably play God of War again. Probably not Bloodborne. I'm curious to try Mortal Kombat just for the
I
heck
think
of it.
the fact that that's free, I think the two of us at least could go online and have fun.
Yeah. I'll play Uncharted 4.
Thank you.
Detroit, I may check out. I don't know.
I do want to try
Infamous,
Days Gone.
I'm kind of...
say.
Yeah, I would try it.
I have very low hopes, but I want to try it.
I'm a little intrigued by Infamous. Last Guardian, obviously. And then that's about it.
So people were crapping on this because it's not Game Pass. And again, I said earlier, they're not going to do Game Pass. It doesn't make sense. Their games are too good to put on Game Pass. I'm just going to say it. And while I do own a lot of these games already, if you don't, like if you're an Xbox player this generation and you're upgrading to a PS5 and you subscribe to PS Plus for $60 and you get all these games you can play.
Like most of those games I either want to play or I have played and know they're fantastic.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah,
like,
if you're coming over from Xbox and you have not played a majority of these games, like
you just buy Miles
you're
Morales
good.
and then just play through all these.
Exactly.
Like, I think it's awesome. It's not really what I needed. I still hated when they were doing the graphics and stuff. You text me, you're like, "Is it happening?" I was like, "I thought it is." I assume you meant PlayStation Now.
I thought
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking, is this going to be their answer? Are they going to
their
add
new
in
PS Plus?
Now?
Yeah,
but it's still good.
I do think that I think they'll eventually do that. But now that they didn't announce it here, I don't think it's anytime soon.
No.
It's awesome. And the fact that you can download these games and you don't have to stream them, that's a big plus.
PlayStation Plus. I have my phone in this hand, so I'm like,
you're like, I don't know, can't put it down. Just they call me Mary. Then after this, that's when they announced the date, the prices, and everything. And then they said, Jim Ryan said, we do have one more thing to show you. And I am not kidding you because I looked at my skin as soon as the music kicked up and you see the ashes or snow or whatever, and I was like,
oh, this
you were like,
it?
You said OMGI. You're like, I couldn't even type. I'm so excited. And I was like, oh my God. And then you hear him, like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it's Christopher Judge doing Kratos. And he said, boy. And you see the logo come up. And I'm not exaggerating. I should have taken a picture. I literally had goosebumps over my entire body. Literally head to toe. Like my arm, it was like, I looked up, I was like, is my leg? And I was like, And I just could not believe. And then they showed 2021, and I almost passed out. I will
That's
say,
insane.
I don't believe it.
I don't think we're getting Horizon 2 and
God of
Ragnarok
War 2
in the same year.
Yeah.
And if we do, if we get next year Ratchet,
This is the best launch
RE8,
year ever.
Horizon 2, God of War.
Spider-Man. Did you say Spider-Man?
No, but I'm saying 2021.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying 2021, we'll have to revisit our best year ever thing.
Oh, and Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be next year. But it'll probably have breakable
yeah.
weapons.
Eh.
I'm so stoked. Like, they didn't have to show anything. Some people are like, oh, just a teaser. Why are you excited? I'm like, they've proved, like, Cory Barlog, even before God of War 2018 came out, has proven himself before that. But then the game came out, and it was, to me, my third favorite game of all time, and our third overall best game ever made. Man, I will say I really hope this is, and I think it is, but I hope this is a PS5 only game.
I think it will be.
I think it will be.
Yeah.
There were reports earlier in the week that they were cutting production by 4 million units. That was completely denied by Sony and said that's not right. We haven't done any of that. Overall thoughts on the conference? I have such cotton mouth.
Sausage.
Sausage.
I thought it was good.
Thank you. That, like, I saw people freaking out online that this was the best conference ever, and I was like, I actually kind of like, other than the days.
The first one
price,
was better. I'm glad we got.
Yeah.
But like the first one, the games they were showing, we saw the system for the first time.
Yeah.
Like that was the best. This was good.
Yeah.
We got the information we were looking for. The new stuff we saw, and not counting God of War because we didn't really see it, but like the new stuff we saw, other than Final Fantasy, nothing really jumped out at me. It was good. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
2 months, less than 2 months. Like
I would have been fine if this showcase was 30 seconds long and it said date, price. That's really all I need.
right.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought it was okay. But I do have to call Sony out, Sean.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
For what's to come. Remember when Sony, like a month ago, said we're going to give you plenty of advance notice before pre-orders start?
Yes.
And then remember when they sent out an email saying, oh, register here and you'll be among the first to be able to pre-order a PS5. Well, I did get to pre-order it from you 2 days after they went live.
That's one thing I'm a little worried about is they're going to be like Walmart, Target, Amazon,
Nope.
Best Buy, GameStop. Y'all screwed up.
We're saving these for Sony.
Yeah.
Direct. Yeah.
And that.
GameStop is publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange. Did that answer your question?
Where's
No.
that even coming from?
There's an Alexa over there.
Oh.
Oh, you said Amazon. That's what it was. God, I hope that there's no way that came through.
No, it
but
wasn't
just
that
know
loud.
that all of a sudden and Alexa just woke up and started talking to us about GameStop on the stock exchange.
But yeah, I'm just worried that did they break some kind of agreement? Specifically Walmart, because apparently they were the first ones,
Yeah.
and is Sony just going to be like, no, you
But
are punished.
Walmart tweeted out and said, pre-order start tomorrow. No way. Come over here to Walmart.com and pre-order it right now. Like, yeah, I don't know how much blame to give Sony, but the fact that it's their systems and they allocate X amount of systems to retailer A, B, C, and D, I don't know. It could have been handled, and they apologized and whatever, and they're going to make more available. I don't know that I even believe that, but whatever.
Yeah, what does
Also-
that even? They're going to make more available. They're not just all of a sudden going to be able to.
Let's make another 100. You know,
Right. It's either going to be minuscule or they have more available than they were initially going to put out in the
it's
beginning.
a false scare, like a
And
Nintendo
now-
Wii kind of thing,
Exactly. And now they're like, well, we'll release a little bit more.
which is
into
crap.
the
And I will
wild.
call
Yeah.
them out for that too. I will also call them out. Remember when they've been talking forever about how they believe in generations?
Yes.
Now, again, I've called out Xbox so many times for their mixed messaging, and this is like the coup de grace of mixed messaging. You've been talking about how you believe in generations for I don't know how long, and now you're like, not only is Spider-Man Miles Morales coming out on PS4, which, again, I'm not mad. If you can't get a PS5, I want you to be able to play the game. I get it. But, like, Sackboy, who cares? You could probably play that on a freaking, like, PlayStation 2. Who cares? But Horizon 2...
That's
Forbidden
the one
West,
that worries me.
That's weird. But now what they did say, and I've got the quote here, Jim Ryan said that the games that are coming out to both systems, they are being made from the ground up for PS5. But I don't really believe him because there was a lot of reports that Horizon 2, before it was actually revealed as Forbidden West, it was initially targeted to come out on the PS4. And then they moved it to the PS5.
Yeah, I think I did hear that.
But then that means it was designed for the PS4. I don't know. Like, I'm happy that more people can play these
But
games.
even if
like,
Horizon 2 only looks
a little better.
like a remastered Horizon
It was already one of the
Zero Dawn,
possibly the prettiest game
it's
on
still
PS4.
going to look beautiful. So, yeah.
But I wanted to take advantage of everything. So,
Right.
I don't know. I got to call them out for that too. Also, why are you saying the DualShock 4 can't work on the PS5 when you're making PS5 games playable on the PS4? I don't care because the system comes with one, and I don't do a lot of local co-op, but I think that's weird. So that's me calling out Sony. Now I'm going to call out Xbox. Because this tweet right here, if they're wrong about any of this, I hope they are ready to have the fires of a million suns rain down upon them. Xbox tweeted on September 16th at 10 p.m. Pre-order September 22nd. Worldwide launch in 36 countries. November 10th. Hype 9,000 plus. In parentheses, don't worry. We'll let you know the exact time pre-orders will start soon. I think it's 10 a.m. local time. Or 10 a.m. Pacific on the 22nd, I think. Don't quote me because I'm not getting one of these stupid things. The fact that, like, the balls on Xbox to say, I know we just got our complete asses handed to us this last generation, but we're going to poke the bear and be like, oh, don't worry. I know everybody wants your system and it's sold out, but hey, you can get ours on time. First off, Xbox is not going to sell out. There's really no reason for it to. Unless they've only made a million of them. You know, if anything goes wrong with their pre-orders, I hope everybody listening to this, well, way more than the people that are listening to this, let them friggin' have it. Like, the hubris to send that tweet after you lost this generation by 80 million consoles. It's probably around 70, give or take, 65, 70. The hubris that takes is asinine. Man, that's not what I mean.
I don't think that makes sense, but I get what you're saying.
The hubris is insane.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems like they've been playing nice and like they've been like very supportive, and you know, I'll give them that. But yeah, this seemed a little. Whoever's been tweeting their other stuff, I feel like this is somebody else that. I don't know.
Somebody got their snark upgrade and was like, they sold out of all their pre-orders. Yeah, but ours are going to be on time. Whatever. That's all I got. Sean, overall thoughts on the PS5 or anything else related to the PS5?
I can't wait. I'm so ready, and it's not that
less than 2 months
far off. Like,
what is it? Like 8 weeks from now? It's the 20th.
Something like that.
8 weeks. Yeah.
Like 8 weeks ago was like
coronavirus, and we're still in coronavirus.
July, mid to late July. Like, seems like 4th of July was just like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And that was what, like 9-10 weeks ago. We only have 8 more to go.
Yep. I'm stoked. I cannot wait.
Yep.
All right, let's run through the rest of this news. Nintendo did a direct based on third-party games. Monster Hunter Rise was announced. It's coming out March 26, 2021. It's a new Monster Hunter game. They also announced Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, out summer 2021. This is more of like a, I could be wrong here, but it's more of an RPG, so I assume that means it's more of like a turn-based Monster Hunter game.
I guess, yeah.
Fitness Boxing is out December 4th.
Loud.
Yes, because that deserves it. Fitness Boxing. Disgaea 6. This is a big deal. This is a Switch exclusive. It's coming out summer 21. This is a long-running turn-based RPG, like JRPG series.
How do you say it?
Disgaea. I only know that because I listen to GameScoop, and that's how Damon calls it, and he's a big fan. So.
That's how he calls it?
Yep. That's what he calls it. Sniper Elite something 4, I think, is coming out holiday 2020. The Long Dark and Hades are out now on Switch. Hades, everybody loves this game.
I don't even know what it was. I just saw on Twitter before I came over that it's a roguelike, which I still don't even know what that means.
You die and start over. But whatever.
So it's like Spelunky.
You go as far as you can. Yeah.
That doesn't sound fun. Like,
No, it
so
doesn't.
can you beat it, or is it like an
I don't
endless
know.
runner kind of
I don't even
thing?
know if you can beat Spelunky. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't. I don't care. It doesn't appeal to me.
Balan Wonderland got a new trailer. This is a 3D, third-person 3D platformer thing. It looks fun, but I don't care. It's out March 26th also.
Also.
Rune Factory 5 is out in 2021. No one cares about any of this stuff. The one thing you should care about, Ori and the Will of the Wisps is out now. Big fancy
Is that-
whatever.
is that the
it's
second
a
one?
Metroidvania. That's the second one, yeah. But it's a Metroidvania.
So it's on Switch now.
Yeah.
Okay. That's one when I got all into Shovel Knight. I'm like, I want more Metroidvanias.
Yeah.
I saw Ori.
You mean not Shovel? You said Shovel Knight.
No, you know what I meant. Hollow Knight.
I know.
I
just
and
want the
Ori's
chat
the
to
one.
roast you.
Ori's the one that I keep
Yeah.
coming across, and then whenever I've looked into it, I'm like, granted, I'm just taking it from like little snippets of gameplay that I've seen, but something about it, it looks beautiful, and I've heard nothing but good things. But then I'm also like, I don't know. I don't know if it's what I'm looking for.
I think I've heard it's very difficult.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out.
Ori is the only thing from this whole thing that I care about. I've never been a Monster Hunter fan. I do not care at all about fitness, boxing, or Disgaea. This was a slow news week. I just threw it in here. So you want to move on to the next thing?
Yes.
And the last item on the news list, NPD results for August. The Switch has set a new August sales record in terms of dollars for console sales, beating August 2008. And it's also double what they sold a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. Software sales. Wow, 2 months in a row, GTA 5's not on here. It's weird.
Oh, crap. I got to log
Oh.
in this month.
I got to log back in and see if I got my money yet. Number 1, Madden 21. Oh, hashtag cancel EA, fix Madden franchise, blah, blah, blah. You're all full of crap.
Wait, what are you talking about?
There was a big thing on Twitter that, like, this is the final straw. Franchise mode sucks so bad. Give the NFL license back to 2K or somebody else. Hashtag delete EA. Hashtag fix franchise.
What
and
is the problem with it?
It's just the same thing over and over and over again.
Oh.
But guess what? You keep buying it over and over and over again. And if the Giants didn't suck this year, God damn it, Saquon. If the Giants didn't suck this year, I probably would have bought it. But I'm like, I don't know why. I don't know why it's such a big deal. I like the franchise mode. When I bought Madden, it was 2 years. Yeah, it was when Saquon was a rookie 2 years ago. It was the first time I bought it in like 3 years. I was like, it's Madden. It's fun. I don't care. I'm going to bump up. I'm going to create me. I'm the best cornerback that ever lived. Saquon's got 150 for speed and whatever. I don't care. Like, I just have fun with it. Like, the people that take this crap so seriously, I just don't understand it. But obviously, you want to know why they're not changing anything? Because it's the number one selling game. Like, you're all full of crap. Completely full of crap. Number 2, also speaking of EA, UFC 4. How? Yeah.
Wow.
Number 3 was not Animal Crossing.
I don't know.
Modern Warfare.
No.
Number 4, Ghost. Number 5, Animal Crossing. Number 6, Ring Fit. Number 7, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You didn't rank it.
Yeah, that was a miss on my part.
You missed.
How dare you?
I can't believe you didn't rank X. You didn't rank Shovel Knight either, did you?
No, that was a miss.
Did that
Swing
make
and
the
a
top
miss.
50?
Yeah,
It did? Okay.
because you had it.
I had it like, no, I must have had it like in the 20s or 30s, I think. Something
It
like
was,
that.
yeah, I mean, I think it was in the 40s
Yeah.
somewhere.
Oh yeah, because you were like, because I was like, it's like you take Mega Man and Castlevania, and then I'm like, and Mario, and you're like, why did you bring up Mario?
The only thing I can think of is just because it has
Platforming.
like the overworld.
Yeah.
Like I think that's what you're getting at. And I'm like, that's in a lot of games, but I guess maybe Mario 3 was the first. So
Go watch episode 200. It is the best episode we've ever done. It's also the stupidest. Number 8, Smash Ultimate. Number 9, Paper Mario: The Origami King. I said that one.
Origami.
And number 10, Mortal Kombat 11, not 10. No GTA, no Minecraft. 2 months in a row.
Good. I mean, good for Minecraft. Good that Minecraft's not.
I know what you're trying to say. Sean, you want to get the wrap up?
Yes.
Switch Online, it was announced that they now have 26 million users. So out of around 60, I think it was around 62 million consoles sold. Not bad. It's like, what, 40%?
40 something.
Yeah. The Mario movie will be out in 2022, and they are planning on more, quote, visual content coming in the future.
I forgot that was even a thing.
Illumination is who's making it.
This should be good.
It should be awesome, yes. Like the
I
Sonic
mean, they made
movie,
Sonic work.
Yeah, and it never should have been that good, but this is just full animated. Like,
Right.
this should be amazing. On Switch Online, Super Nintendo gets Donkey Country 2.
Donkey Country.
Donkey Kong Country 2. Mario Super Picross, which I actually kind of want to play that. And then the Peacekeepers. While the NES Online gets SCAT, Special Cybernetic Attack Team. DKC2? I can't believe I said that right.
That game's good. But I mean, I've played it so much. I'm like,
I do think, though, if I'm ever going to actually give this a chance, it's because the SNES Classic just had the first one, I think. Or did it have both? Do you remember?
I think it only had one.
Yeah, I think it was
two
the
is
first
the
one.
best.
Yeah, but I've only played at my 3DS. Now that I can play this on the big screen, you say this is one of the best platformers, I think this is when I finally actually give it a try.
Yeah.
Sean, pour one out for the 3DS. It's empty. Pour a little pinkus. The 3DS has officially been discontinued. Great system. I think it's underrated. Some great Mario games, great Zelda games, 2 great Zelda ports. Link Between Worlds made our top 10. I think it was number 7, I think. I love that system. I love mine. If it ever dies, I'm going to be very sad unless they port Link Between Worlds to the Switch.
Next year. You heard it here first. One of my...
Would you rather have that or Oracles of Ages and Seasons ported? I think I'd rather have those because
I'd rather have those because Link Between Worlds is fine as it is. Yeah. I just need to get a different system out to play it.
Yeah.
Oracles definitely need a reboot.
Yeah. What were we going to say about all your predictions for next year? What is your Zelda collection up to now for next year? Oracle, Link Between Worlds, Zelda 2.
What do I actually think they're going to do?
Yeah. I think it's Wind Waker, Twilight, and Stupid Skyward.
I mean, that would
with
make the most
controls.
sense.
But now if they also did a 2D collection, or maybe that's, oh my God, maybe it's that. And then they're like, so how for Mario, they got the 3D All-Stars, but then they've also got the 3D World coming out next year because of COVID and whatever. It was supposed to come out this year. What if they do the 3D All-Stars pack for Zelda, but then they also do, but also we've got Legend of Zelda Oracles, and then it's like Seasons, Ages, 1 pack. With the cool, with that art style.
Yeah, I mean, they need to do that. That would be...
Oh my God.
That would be awesome.
I would lose my mind. Series S games will be around 30% smaller than Series X games.
That makes sense.
Well, I mean, the console is 60% smaller, so they should have been 60% smaller. I'm so tired.
Wait. What was your...
I don't know what.
Your Watch Dogs guy, the impersonation was a combination of Fat Albert and... and Dr. Claw.
Dr. Claw. Now I'm Benny or whatever from Streets of Rage. Thank you, Derek, for that. That God, that broke me. Michel Ancel has left Ubisoft and video games in general. He was the creator of Rayman. He's also working on Wild, which was announced like 7 years ago for the PS4, never going to come out, and Beyond Good and Evil 2, which they are saying is proceeding. So I don't think that game's coming out, though. That's my prediction. My bold prediction is Beyond Good and Evil 2 is never coming out.
Everybody loves Rayman, though.
Ubisoft, so there was a report out this week that Gods and Monsters got its name changed because of Monster Energy drink.
That doesn't make sense.
And Ubisoft said, no, it was a creative decision. I don't know. Can you just trademark the word so no one can have Monster in anything
no,
ever?
that's stupid.
Yeah, I don't believe that. Splinter, guess what? Mother F. I didn't even... Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Assassin's Creed is getting a new VR game that's exclusive to Oculus. Guess what else, Sean? Splinter Cell! Exclusive VR game to Oculus. Are you kidding me? You sons of bitches, Ubisoft. What in the hell is wrong with you? And you can't even play it because it's an Oculus exclusive, at least for now, for a year or so. PSVR 2 will be out by the time it's over. You suck. You suck. I'm going back to episode 200 right now. I'm about to get really pissed off. This is so freaking stupid. Like, I get it. He worked. So it's like you go with your little VR hat. But, like, what about the millions of other people that just have consoles that want a Splinter Cell game? I don't get it. Oh, my God. Have you heard what... Did she say it yesterday? Did Eliza say her new thing yesterday when you were over here?
I don't think so.
She goes, hey, Dad, put your hand up. Awesome sauce. I'm like, where did you get awesome sauce? I know, I'm sure I've said that before, but it must be like a show or something. She goes,
probably.
Awesome sauce.
Every time.
I'm so tired. And last but also least, Twin Mirror from Don't Nod is coming out December for PS4, Xbone, and PC. They're the guys that did the Life is Strange.
Oh.
Don't nod.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for episode 201. Obviously, the big item this week was PS5 and everything amazing about it. We hope you're excited. We are very excited. Foot fart. Every time I say foot, I don't need to call it out because it never comes through. I don't know why I keep talking about my...
People are probably like, why does he just keep randomly saying foot?
Episode 200, I was like, I need to take my feet so my feet stop farting. And that was before I was even going. Episode 201. Thank you guys so much for being here. As always, you can find us at nerd901.com where they are connecting nerds across the Mid-South and the multiverse. You can find us on Twitter. I'm at KevinWhite24. He's at Real Sean White. Together, we're at 2player_/co-op. Patreon, YouTube, all the things, you know it. Seriously, though, what we do need your help with, we have been coming up this past week when it comes to nobody's listening. I should have done this at the beginning. Just put on a long podcast of ours in the background on YouTube and get our watch time up. It's been going up. We really need that because we need to get to 4,000 view hours in the last 365 days. That'll help us reach more people and everything and get monetized again after. They've gotten so, like...
They'll probably change the rules again before
Of course, they're like, oh, 2-player co-op's coming back up. We got to... 5,000 hours. Whatever. Episode 201. Come on back for 202 next week. And until that time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.
What were you going to do? Wait. No, I'm not cutting it yet. You're like,
Cut.
202. What were you going to do? No, I want to see it.
I was thinking when Pam does her, what's up, 212? But then I was like, wait, that's 212, and this is 202.